suited up. A lot going on. I got Dean unloading the truck out back here. Kind of a weird situation with this building is I'm walking down a ramp to our shipping receiving area, and when we get glass in, it isn't quite enough height. I'm going to turn you around. These guys are loading the truck. Justin's hiding from the camera. How many pallets? You loaded already?
5 pallets today.
You already loaded?
Yep.
Sweet. Because somebody's got to go work down there because I got to film this. All right. So today is the first day that we are running the Nate's Hot Maple. This is the first large-scale commercially available chili-infused maple syrup. Kind of saw the trends with the Mike's Hot Honey, which actually started for pizza in New York City. And the Mike's Hot Honey is a really good product. When we talked to our pepper mash supplier, I asked him, I said, how many honey companies do you sell mash to? Because he helped start the Mike's Hot Honey pepper mash thing. And he said 300 honey companies he sells pepper mash to. I said, well, how many companies do you sell for maple syrup? He said, 1. So the number one use for Mike's Hot Honey is pizza. So started as a pizza place in New York City, and then that product has since kind of blown up. But I'm going to take you through. It's a little busy, a little hectic. Most people probably wouldn't go live in the middle of a bottling operation, but this is and for the first time doing something. That's a terrible idea. But you know us, you do the opposite of what everyone else does and you'll probably succeed. But let me turn you around. Good morning. These guys are trying to dial everything in. It is spicy in here. You can smell the pepper mash, but they are trying to get weights in line. Sometimes the cap doesn't fill, but these are the 1-pack. Shout out to Eves. This is the 1-pack. This is 11.7 net weight ounces, so very close to honey. When you're trying to compete with honey, it's interesting. Honey's sold by weight, but maple syrup is sold by fluid ounce. So we've actually labeled this 2 different ways because it's going to sit on the shelf next to Mike's Hot Honey. So this order, our first order is actually this. You'll be able to find this on the shelf in Wegmans, but we are running the 4-head fillers today because we want to keep the spicy maple syrup separate from conventional. These guys had no idea I was going live today. We are live on YouTube, guys. Is that... But are you even surprised that we're live on YouTube at all? Like this, they're so used to having a camera, right, Linda? So used to it that this doesn't even faze them. Like, yeah, we're live here. These guys are wiping bottles. We're live on YouTube, guys. Live. The whole world, really only 10 people, but 10 people are watching us, so what they're doing is they're making sure weights are correct, because you can lose a lot of money quick if you are not making sure the weight is correct in the bottle. And then this guy is what they call an induction seal. If you have a wedding ring, you don't want your hand under there because this magnet will heat your wedding ring up. So it heats that foil seal under the cap, which makes it stick to the plastic, which gives it a seal. And they're wiping. There's Jess.
I'm holding this cart together.
We are live, Jess. We're live. We're live.
Nice. Yeah, we have all hands on deck today running Nate's Hot Maple. It's going well so far.
Well, we are, it's not usually a good idea to go live during bottling, especially the first time you do something on any sort of scale. So
we're not perfect, but progress over perfection.
That's right. So our lab is where we've been, over there is where we've been making the small batches for the test runs. And I'm pretty excited about this one, but when we're done, we have to super clean everything because of the capsaicin oil on the pepper. So we have to do a little chemistry magic But you know, it's a little sticky over here on the floor. What are you guys doing over here,
We had
Chuck?
a test, a cap
Ah,
check.
I got you. You turned it upside down and squeezed. Is that what you did?
Yeah, after it had time to cool and it wasn't a good seal.
Uh huh. So how are the seals? You guys?
So far, so good. We've only had a couple rejects. Yep. So far, so good.
So you've probably seen Chuck. He's traveled with me a couple times over to Vermont. Let's see what they're doing over here. So this is what we're calling, like, this is like our manual line for small production runs. But so we're live on YouTube, guys.
Hi.
Hello. And the way this label works is it's a shrink sleeve label. So you actually have to have it off center a little bit, because if you don't, and you actually have it perfectly centered, it won't line up the front. This is how not to do it. And what happens when you put it through, Zach? It'll choose which way it wants to go.
Yeah.
If you offset it, you get to pick. So what happens is this steam tunnel will actually, you'll hear it crinkle maybe. Hear it crinkling? It's crinkling. You'll hear it crinkling when it starts. Yeah, see that? Sorry about that, a little steamy. But you'll hear it crinkle. And then it starts shrinking it on. I'm gonna try to go in the right speed for you. So there's all sorts of adjustments and stuff on this thing, and we still don't have our ventilation hooked up yet. So we're all gonna have very nice skin. But it comes through. We got a little air knife setup that we thought would do a pretty good job of taking any excess moisture off from condensation. And then the inkjet, this guy here, it puts a little lock code on there for you. And then by the time it gets down here, it's usually pretty dry, right, Trent?
Yeah, we're getting there.
So it's not, you know, we're working out some kinks. You need a towel, you think?
I just leave them if they're wet.
And then it dries off. And then this guy here seals up the box. And then we got to do, I think it's 6x48. Give me 1 sec here. I probably should be helping them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably should be helping them here this morning. Very particular about how things go on mountains. Like, I tend to screw things up when I help. They're raining out there, Dean?
Oh, now everything.
Oh, they can wait. They can wait. I'm serious.
Oh, you parked right when I freaking wet.
Oh, you did? All right. That was nice of him.
What'd you do?
Air gas is here,
Yeah.
and he's trying to get the glass in, and air gas parked right in the pad there. But I'll set this on here just to get you sick for a second. These little things here make a world of difference. They're called accumulation tables. So we'll work backwards for those of you who just joined. Hey, we got 2 guys timber framing. And you are correct. There's more maple than smiles. It's best if you did not help. That is true. My help is really not help. They're doing a good job. This is kind of a tougher. The first time you do anything is very difficult. You're working out kinks. You plan as well as you can. Do the best you can. But, you know, it's not always perfect. we got to wear these coats. It's hot. Hold on here. I got to catch Jess working.
The one moment.
Yep. It's kind of all hands on deck here today. So we're just wheeling it over. This is not the most efficient way to do things. You guys get it all worked out now? You're pretty happy with it? Good with your volumes? So the way these fillers work is there's a pump and it circulates through this header. And what happens is the syrup comes through, and this head pressure here is actually enough for the syrup to fill the bottles. This is what you call an overflow filler. And once the bottles fill, it'll actually overflow into that bucket. And this bucket, once you don't really want it to fill, to be honest with you, but if it does fill up, they have to take this bucket and put it back in front of the filter press. But this is what they call a cosmetic fill. A cosmetic fill means that you're filling to make sure everything's uniform. Yeah, you got to watch if you get a little syrup in your finger and you lick your finger, because it's going to be spicy, you know? This is meant for like the regular population, not like I want my mom and dad to be able to eat this. This is not melt your face spicy, you know? We're only making 3 pallets today, so 4 pallets, I think. Is it 3 pallets total or 4 pallets total? 3 of the...
3 of these, and then whatever's left will be in gallons.
I got you. So gallons would be for like food service. Actually, they want to push it all the way down. There's a little bit of a clear plastic on the bottom, so it doesn't look like it's pushed all the way down, but it is. You can hear it start to crinkle, and if you can see it start to shrink around the bottle. It's working pretty good, Zach, even with the warmer syrup. We were told that you might have to pack one day and then put the label on the next, but the truth is, it's working really good. They got a lot of work in going and picking this thing up, hooking up all the steam lines. Dean was here late putting air knives on, and then trying to get the air knives where you want them. It's a bit of a challenge. But if you guys got any questions, we can pick on some people if you'd like, or me, doesn't matter. So, yeah, case sealers are they save you a ton of time. You know, box tape with a little, you'll get a carpal tunnel trying to do all these. These things are a very nice thing to have so you don't have to bend over. It's basically it's a lift table, it's hydraulic, and then you would just, if you wanted to go down, up. So as this thing fills, they'll actually drop it down. They're hustling, that's for sure. This is our lab. We do a lot of testing in here. But I'm actually going to close this to keep the humidity out. Definitely creating some humidity in here. We're all gonna have really nice skin. I closed that door just in time. That's smart. Good idea. Probably helps.
Yeah, this one feels cooler.
They're trying to, it's almost like a cooling rack. They want to label the coolest bottle.
Yeah, they're shrinking.
I see that. Just from the heat of the syrup, these will start to shrink.
I mean, we can see what it looks like, put it through, but you're gonna get these. It's not gonna look.
Yeah, if
straight.
it pre-shrinks. So the way this steam tunnel works is they actually shrink it in the order in which they want it to shrink. So if you shrink it in the wrong order, it'll look funny. And the cool thing about these labels, we work with our label company, Gensler. They're actually designed to still be correct when it disfigures itself. So it'll actually disfigure and you still want the label to be correct. Curious if that'll come through all right. It's just so interesting. I've never, like, these labels are just different. I think you're hitting every time here. I think you're hitting here every time, Zach. It's just rubbing, yeah. I can, you know what? I don't know. One of these is just a little too tight. I think it's this one. Just rotates it there a little every time. All these little things add up, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Goes through. Still got a little steam pressure there. I don't know, it's a pretty complex little thing. But we'll get better and better at it. We will definitely get better and better at it. This is a great little product. This is the next bourbon barrel aged maple syrup, I guess you could say. And there's a lot to it. There's definitely a lot to it. In some ways it's more complex, but you don't have the barrels to deal with. I see what they're doing. They're actually cooling them off in the cooler, which is smart. So Justin just rolled a rack down to the cooler. That'll cool them off on the surface so it won't pre-shrink the label. Well, these look really good, guys.
Yeah, they're clean.
The cool thing about that label is if there's a little drip of syrup, it's all right. It'll get covered up.
They're mostly getting the shoulders. There's some spots at the bottom.
So the biggest spots that are happening is around the collar, like where it's going.
Gotcha.
Back in here,
But doesn't the label cover that?
but you don't want it to.
Why?
Because that's
This is extra work. You don't even need to do this. It's like you care about the quality or something.
why would
You know, the accountants don't like this. They'll just say this is,
A lot
you're
of
losing profit
A
here.
lot of wipers.
well,
Look at this. This is just lost profit. You don't care about
you gotta.
profit? What's the deal?
I want it to be perfect. First run out.
That's true. These guys will be taking Tylenol tonight because their hands will be hurting, their wrists will be hurting. Nate, I can't come to work. I wiped too much.
Well, I've been standing for like an hour.
Yeah. None of that here. The one nice thing about Ohio is you get these Midwesterners, man, they want to work. It's in their blood. They just want to come in, do a good job, raise a family. We got Jody coming down, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, so kind of how it works is they got a production schedule that they're set for the week, and then they have a follower. Jody, where's the follower?
I'm sorry.
The follower that tells you like what your tie-high pack-off is. It's like is it one of those things?
Yes.
All right, I'll turn you around.
This is today's first
So today's production is all set up for, you know, this follows the order. So today's orders, and right there tells you how many of each one. And kind of sets it up. I think they cleaned drums yesterday. They have a nice system going. It gets better and better. You know, we owe it to our customers and the people who sell us syrup. Woohoo! To be as efficient as possible. Everybody thinks they're efficient, but there's no way to get to 100% efficiency. But the idea that you are efficient is flawed because there's no way you're 100%. There's always a way to improve. Let's get a little. I might have to cut this out a little bit because I'm going to actually have to work next. Turn this around. I might actually have to help today. So that's it. That's the Top Maple project. This is the first nationally available spicy maple syrup. Great. This is actually designed for pizza. So pizza is the #1 place that the Mike's Hot Honey is used. This is used for food topping. This is actually, to be honest with you, a condiment. Anything that you eat that you like a little zip on. I don't care if it's sausage, kraut, hot dog, doesn't matter. This will give you a little bit of zip. When it's on food, it is not as spicy as it could be. But when you take a sample of it direct, it'll have a little kick to it. So this isn't a great thing to just give to people at a booth. Hey, try this. You know, it's really meant to be on food. So this one made it to the cooler, or did you just start that process?
We just started.
Started. These were cooler than the other one.
The cooling rack. Like, Zach, by the time you put that on there, how long does it really take for it to start shrinking?
Not long, it's hot.
Really? Like, is it starting?
These ones have cooled down a little bit.
They had the ones that
Those
just
other
come
ones,
off,
it was like almost instant.
yeah, they might have had their temperature on the kettle a little too high.
Gotcha.
Like that actually is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not really.
Not cranking at all.
See that little chili pepper there? That's important. I like that little chili pepper apostrophe, don't you, Brandy? You
I
like
liked
that
it
one?
better when it was next to your head.
Oh yeah? This is a good product. It's meant for the masses. As a percentage, wouldn't you say about 95, 98% of people could probably consume this, and especially on food?
Yeah.
So Zach's our mad scientist on this whole thing, helped develop it. We went down and visited our pepper supplier, and they tried to kill me with. I don't remember what that stuff was.
Congo Black.
Congo Black.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the Scoville on that? Like 400,000, 600,000.
700,000.
Yeah, it's silly. This is low. This is like in the double digit. You know, it's not a high, but we actually are in the process of investing in a machine that'll tell us the Scoville, just like you measure your bricks or your color. It's a machine that you put a couple drops on so we can make sure that the batches are consistent from batch to batch. Right now we're relying on the scientific method of always putting the same amount of pepper mash.
So they can vary.
Yeah. So when you gave me a sample this morning, first thing, had that gone through the filter press?
Yes.
Okay. So the filter press, you know, it's weird. You almost have to plan for loss because the filter press is taking out any particulate. There's a lot to this. So this product's actually coming on 6 years old. and I didn't listen to my customers. We would run this product once a year. We'd fill a kettle, and it was kind of a LTO, limited time offer, that we would offer this product, and we would sell out. And I noticed it was the most requested product from, dads of my sons, dads of, our boys played sports together, basketball, baseball. Hey, can I get one? And then we noticed their wives would start asking for Christmas. Hey, can I get a case of that? Or my husband loves that product, and it most requested product. And I just thought maybe it was a fluke, or hey, some people just like spicy. But then the local restaurant did a special. So Muscarella's and Sharps did a special. It was chicken and waffles. And they said everyone requested it. They wanted that chicken and waffles. This is a perfect product, by the way, for chicken and waffles. It's insane on chicken and waffles. So, like I said, this is more of it just adds some pizzazz to the dish. But yeah, for 5 years, I'm like, no, I'm just going to run one batch a year. And then we started to sell out. And then I noticed the Mike's Hot Honey thing. I'm like, maybe this is bigger than I thought it would be, and started listening from a small scale standpoint to our customers. And then we really, let's do this in scale. Sent some samples out to customers, before the holidays. I was really hoping to have this in stores before the holidays. Just the timing didn't work out. And trying to get a customer to take something for the holidays in October, that's not fair. So they said, look, after the season, or after the holiday season, get back to us. But let me show you. So this product will be available in Wegmans. First company to buy this and put it on the shelves in all their stores is Wegmans. I think they're in New York, they're in Charlotte, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Maryland, probably in New Jersey. And they're a really highly rated grocery store. But I'm pretty excited about this product. It's just going to take a little bit of time to build some momentum like the bourbon barrel. So the 6-packs are different, 6-packs are a little different. You got to get used to them. And when you pack these on here, they're different. Different height. Like they're actually, I thought they were square, but if you look, they're actually slightly different. So you got to kind of space them out so the next one stacks. And then we have to put a slip sheet because they are square. And when you stack them on there, it's going to be a kind of an unstable pallet because there's no, long ways, short ways, long, and then you go opposite, like when you're stacking hay bales on on your wagon. With this one, because they're almost perfectly square, we have to put slip sheets on them to keep that pallet from being unstable. But yeah, this is what we call our manual line, so it's not as efficient. But I know that within 1 year we will be selling, semi-truckload quantities of this product, so we won't be able to continue to run with this manual process. Just watching that thing print the ink on there, so this is what I call them, an ink jetter. And if you ever need to buy an ink jetter, Hitachi makes the best inkjet. They are, there's other companies like Domino, but Hitachi is by far the highest quality. Hitachi right there. This is the highest quality ink jetters they make. But what it does is it actually shoots the ink onto the bottle as fast as the eye can see. Oop. I'm going to try to get it focused in for you. How about that? Just shoots it on there. I'm not really doing a good job for you. I guess live is a little different. Boop. Just goes right on there. That's got your lock code and everything. So Anybody who's had to put stickers on the bottom of bottles, like these are $10,000, $12,000 machines, but if you have to turn every bottle over and put your Best Buy sticker on the bottom of a bottle, it really, that's why I watch this thing, because I've put so many stickers on bottles that, you know, you just sit there and you go, wow. That fan made a huge difference. Yeah. Yeah. Dealing with the steam. We do need to ventilate this thing. We're all gonna have very nice skin this week. It's really not that humid in here, to be honest.
Because the door was open.
Right? We were trying to hide that from people, Brandy.
Trying to get good skin.
We didn't want people to know our garage door was open for a second there. But yeah, 31 minutes of me not working and everybody else working. So that's about par. So you wonder about how many bottles I can do in a minute. So let's count it. There you go. We'll start here. 1, 2, 7. So 8 and 15 seconds. So they're doing 32 a minute manually. It's like checking your pulse. Which, you know, there's breaks, there's slowdowns, there's changeovers. These guys are stripping down the pallet to get down to the jugs there. So I'll bet you they average 27 over a day. 27 bottles a minute. So 27 bottles a minute, 6 to a case. So 4 cases a minute, a little over. 4.5 cases a minute. And I think this is the cool thing about this product. I'm going to have to ask Jess, but I think it retails for... So Mike's Hot Honey retailed for $12 for 12 net weight ounces, which is, for honey, 8.5 fluid ounces. That's $12 for 8.5 fluid ounces. Now, honey is so much cheaper than maple syrup. I don't know if people know this, but large honey contracts is like $1 a pound. That's like maple to the farmers. You know, you're at $2.40, $2.60 a pound, depending on grade, quality, organic. Honey's $1 a pound. Why is honey $1 a pound? Well, it can be made anywhere in the world. So there's a lot of third world countries that are producing honey. It's also why there's a lot of fraud in honey, because it's coming from all over the place. Now with maple, we buy syrup from families. Like, I eat at their dinner table. I visit them. I know their families. Like, I don't buy syrup from somebody I don't know. In the honey industry, maple is 5% of the honey industry. I mean, we're tiny. Maple's a tiny, tiny, tiny industry. And we're like 5% of the honey industry. And think about this. Mike's Hot Honey did such a good job branding, and it is a good product. They're getting $12 retail for 8.5 fluid ounces. So I looked at that and I said, wow, I'm just competing with a superior, a more premium product, maple, and just trying to match it. I'm not trying to go higher than honey, but technically I probably should be, because my raw material is double. It's 2.5 times the cost. Maple syrup as a commodity. So, like I said, large honey contracts, $1. That's bulk by tanker load, and you know, that's insane. And that's a packer selling it. So what did that packer pay? 70, 80 cents? You know, I'm just trying to educate as much as I can. You know, I hope some consumers watch this and say, you know, I'd like to try that hot maple syrup. And, you know, it happens a lot. People confuse. I mean, how many people come up to you if you're a maple farmer, like, how's the honey business? And you're just like, it's good, bud, because you corrected them like last year at this time. But it's easy to confuse the two sweeteners because they're natural. And just about the same color, really. But this is pepper mash infused maple syrup. They're controlling their temperature in here. So they got a little bit coming through on each one. Just controlling the flow. And then mixing her up. Our density gets high. I'll go show you that too. Might as well. Here you go. So she's measuring density over here. Like I said, this is a temperature compensated hydrometer cup, which is really important. And we got this handy dandy chart. This is how they keep their syrup in line. And this is also how you keep your syrup in line if you're too high. So I will take you over and show you. So one of the safe quality food initiatives that we have, by the way, this is our jug line that we will be, it's almost commissioned. We have a little bit more to do, but this is so we can run plastic on its own separate line. But with SQF, it's Safe Quality Foods. It is like an ISO 20001 certification. It's really important for our customers. I want to show you something really cool. One of the things they challenged us with was, hey, what if your municipality sent you water and they had a problem with it? And it's like, wow, I never really thought of that. But what we do now is we actually use these membranes from RO Bucket. And we had our buddy Daniel put a control system in, and you're just using, 50 PSI. This is just city water. We pre-filter it with charcoal. That's really important to remove any chlorine that could be in the water. So you have to remove chlorine before you put it through a membrane. And then this is pure water. So our whole facility, we even flush toilets, wash hands, everything. There is no mineral in our water. And then what we do is we will clean the membranes for, these will start to plug from, calcium, magnesium, stuff from the city. So as our pressures will drop, we'll actually clean the membranes here with this machine and swap them. And then this machine, I'll show you what I'm most excited about. I am most excited about cleaning or saving what I call sweet water from the filter press. Every day, my team from this filter press right here makes about 150 gallons of 7 bricks maple water. And we have been, because it's, what are you going to do with it? Putting it down the drain, which is awful. Hard to see. I mean, we go to a tree for 1.5 bricks, so we've already paid for it. We've paid for that. So if you think about it, it's 5-10 gallons of syrup every day just from cleaning equipment. And doors open, I'm going to show you. This is sweet water, which is basically diluted maple syrup. Get out of Dean's way here. Which I will now be able to boil down and make back into syrup year-round. So the cool thing is with our new Galt evaporator line, I'll be able to use my evaporator year-round to make content and teach people how to run our evaporator line, which is a really powerful thing. I think the internet changed things, but man, social media changed things even more. So we're going to be able to show people our equipment line year-round, make content, and I'm excited about that. Like, how many people are excited to make syrup just during maple season? I'll get to boil all the time. I've been trying to concentrate this because it's 7 bricks and I really don't want to boil down 7 bricks with firewood. I really want to boil it down maybe at 15. I've been trying that small RO and I really can't, I'm not doing a good job of getting my concentration up really any higher. So I think I need a big boy RO. That one's just, it's just too small. So. You guys are doing good. Looks like we almost got 2 rows on a pallet. Just building a product and building a line and building, it takes a lot to build a brand. This is gonna take a while to build this. But I am confident in this product. That's a good question. You could add the sweet water to syrup density instead of water, but yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. It's just a different stream. That's a good question. It's just a different, you know, asking them to go in that tote and pull it, you know, I don't even know if the density at the top is the same as the density at the bottom, but I do know my water's perfect. So by adding perfect water, I know my quality is going to be right. But yeah, at the beginning of the day, if you were to, so the kettle that we're actually making the product in is right over there. And if you were to start at 66 bricks and just let it be, by the end of the day, you'll be at 74. And you're just giving so much product away to the consumer. So we have to monitor density. So this is called an induction sealer. Some quality checks they do. They monitor and check weight to make sure that we're not overfilling. So every now and then they'll put a bottle on the scale to make sure it's correct. You know, everybody thinks they're efficient, but we get, what do we tell people? We are twice as good as we were last year, and half as good as we'll be next year. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. I see the first production run of Nate's Hot Maple. Catch you in the next one.